The weather, it's not just about the forecast. We're out there, living it, breathing it, to bring the whole story home.
Rain and it's only getting worse.
When it matters to you, it matters to us, the Weather Network.
To help you plan for the days ahead, here are the short-term and long-term local forecasts for your region. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned to Force of Nature, a look at the wildest weather from around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by ChristianMingle.com. You're single, you're Christian. Find God's match for you. Force of Nature is brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers.
Coming up, we have an update on your regional forecast. I'm Nicole Karkic with you here for the Weather Network. Now, we do expect to see rain in the overnight through parts of southern Ontario, so stay tuned to see how much rain we could be getting. And also, we have a freezing rain warning in effect in Ontario, so I'll update you on what cities will be affected with that. But here's the tweet that we were talking about today. This was posted on Twitter earlier. Natalie posted it. Do you donate more to charity at this time of year? Let us know. We had one response from Wayne and a few others as well from other people. Wayne says yes, more to charity due mainly to Sally Ann and Rotary assistance to families. So get online, tell us what you think about giving to charity around this time of year. And speaking of that subject, we have Natalie Thomas live on location in Georgetown, speaking about a specific family that has an annual tradition of giving to charity.
They certainly do, Nicole. We are here in Georgetown, 14 Johnson Crescent, and they've actually timed the lights to a radio station, 104.9. We're going to introduce you to the family in just a moment, but I'm going to turn on the music, and you're going to watch the lights to really experience. Idea of what you can really expect. This is Daryl, Kathy, and Haley, and this is their home. Tell us a little bit about how people come up and they just kind of pause and watch the lights with the music.
Well, I don't think it takes them by surprise at first. They don't realize that it's like actually synchronized to the music. They just think, oh, they hear the music, and then when they start watching, they realize, oh, it's actually going to the music, right? So
it is quite impressive when you watch it. Tell us a little bit about the hydro bill. I think everyone at home wants to know, does it make a huge difference with all these lights?
I mean, yeah, it does make a difference, but it's usually probably around $200 extra for the month of December, because a lot of it is LED, which helps save on the hydro. And as well, when you look at the house, 50% of the lights are off and 50% are on, so it's not quite as bad as everybody thinks it will be.
And it's all worth it because it's for charity. Tell us about how much you raise on average per year.
We usually, on average, we raise about $10,000 a year.
And all that money goes to the Georgetown Hospital. So again, it's a great event going on here. You can drive by, listen to the music, and watch the lights. For now, back inside of the studio.
Thanks so much, Natalie. It looks like fun. There's actually a few houses in my neighborhood where the lights are spectacular, but this house in particular gives the money to charity each and every year. We take you to Halliburton. Sunday afternoon, slushy roads. We started to see rain. Rain turned to snow in some parts, and then it turned to freezing rain in others around North Bay. It was hours of freezing rain. As far as the snow went, look at the totals right here. Sunday through to today, Timmins 13 centimeters, Sudbury saw 7 centimeters. And as we take you through the overnight hours, we're going to be seeing rain in southern Ontario towards the north. We don't really expect to see that snow until we head into Thursday and Friday, which is when another big system is moving through Ontario. Speaking of Ontario, the city of Toronto, the big city. Mild temperatures today. The daytime high was close to about 7 degrees in the morning, actually. At 9 a.m., it was 6 degrees, so it was a mild, relatively calm day. Through the overnight, however, we are seeing rain showers. Tuesday morning, it'll be 5 degrees, winds sustained at 15 kilometers an hour. We do have a freezing rain warning in effect. It's not in Toronto, it's not in Hamilton, it's east towards Ottawa, where we're seeing persistent freezing rain overnight tonight. Hamilton, 4 degrees to start off your day. Coming up, a country left in ruins and pleading for a miracle. What's left of storm-battered Samoa and how Fijians have been preparing as tropical cyclone Evan forcefully churns in the South Pacific.
We can only pray for the Lord's intervention.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Folgers Gourmet Selections K-Cup Packs. It's one perfectly brewed cup at a time. Enjoy your morning and the show.
Having a foggy moment? Stop the fog with OptiFog.
Most nasal decongestants relieve congestion, but often drip down your throat. Drix Oral No Drip, with its exclusive technology, stays right where you want it and relieves nasal congestion for 12 hours. Drix Oral No Drip, it stays where it's sprayed.
Thanks to a diverse geography, Albertans proudly embrace a wide mix of weather day to day. But this lucky province also enjoys the highest number of sunshine hours, more than 23,000 hours each year. Environment Canada has ranked Alberta #1 for having the most comfortable overall weather in Canada.
Dad's always been the family historian, and he wants me to take the torch. So we joined Ancestry.ca, and with just a few clicks, we found things even Dad didn't know.
Visit Ancestry.ca and discover the world's largest online family history resource.
Need a flashlight that's like no other flashlight in the world. The amazing Blackfire Clamp Light, only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. The clamp light clamps just about anywhere with a pivoting head that always points the right way. A brilliant white Cree LED bulb, even legs when clamping isn't necessary. Durable and guaranteed, the versatile Blackfire clamp light. Only at Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Alaskan Premium Ice Melter works in seconds in temperatures up to minus 30 Celsius. Take a bite out of winter.
To help you plan for the days ahead, here are your short-term and long-term local forecasts for your region. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Coming up next, Force of Nature Extended. We'll take you beyond the wildest weather footage from around the world. You're watching The Weather Network, Canada's #1 choice for accurate local forecasts.
Force of Nature is brought to you by Troy-Built Snow Throwers.
Cleaning up after a powerful coastal storm. School buses play it safe. This is Force of Nature with a look at the weather stories making headlines. And our first stop is Colorado. A powerful storm has buried communities in the southwest part of the state. It started Friday, continued all weekend long. Some areas got close to 40 centimeters in just 24 hours. Similar weather forced police to close the Snoqualmie Pass. That's in Washington state. Last night, traffic accidents shut down both the east and westbound lanes. One person died. Now, people in Scandinavia have seen their share of weather delays lately. Heavy snow in Sweden, Norway, and Denmark covering parked vehicles this weekend and snarling those that were out in traffic. The storm also affected rail service. More than 100 passengers bound for Oslo had to spend the night on the train when the power went out. To Scotland, where the cleanup is well underway after a powerful storm Friday night. The community of Wick Bay is one of several recovering from the combined effects of intense wind, huge waves, and high tide. On Saturday, 12 people were rescued when 6-meter high waves pounded an emergency standby ship in the North Sea. One crewman died after suffering serious injuries. And back to home now, where snow and freezing rain have made a mess of roads and sidewalks in parts of eastern Canada. School bus service in Ottawa canceled. Police are reminding motorists to drive carefully. I'll have your forecast coming up, plus stay tuned for more weather video.
In British Columbia, we have a snowfall warning in place for Elk Valley, where we could see an additional 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. But for Fernie, BC, we have seen close to 30 centimeters, if not more, in some parts. And this shot was sent to our website, theweathernetwork.com, out of Fernie, BC. Looks like a winter wonderland. And the caption says, Fernie Winter Wonderland, after more than 24 hours, 40 centimeters of snow, great dry powder on the ground. So some good news for some skiers in the area, I guess. As we look at this is in Canmore, Alberta, and it's the river through the mountains. Absolutely gorgeous shot right here. I love what they've done with this photo. This was sent to our Twitter account at the Weather Network. And this shot also through Twitter, it says Kelowna gets the occasional snowfall, and they're saying we might have a white Christmas after all. Well, we'll have to keep our eye on the forecast. It's right around the corner. Now, speaking of winter and Christmas and holiday cheer, we want to see your photos and videos of your holiday lights, your Christmas decorations, your Christmas sweater perhaps. This shot is sent to our website, theweathernetwork.com, out of Newfoundland, Conception Bay South. You can see the nice sort of colors in the backdrop with the snow as well. And another shot that's sort of trying to be wintry, I guess. You see the holiday decorations right here. This is in Guelph, Ontario, where they're saying rain, rain, go away. Maybe they'd like to see some snow. We could be seeing some snow in parts of southern Ontario as we head into the weekend. And I like this shot too. This is a butterfly tree from Toronto, Ontario. Hydrangeas, winter's colors. Now, as we look to this great video right here. This is out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Ken Gallant every year collects donations for the Children's Wish Foundation, and he runs the Christmas lights between 5 to 11 p.m. every single day. You can get more details on where to see this on our website, theweathernetwork.com. Coming up, a country left in ruins and pleading for a miracle. What's left of storm-battered Samoa and how Fijians have been preparing as Tropical Cyclone Evan forcefully churns in the South Pacific.
We can only pray for the Lord's intervention.
This weather segment has been brought to you by Tim Hortons Coffee Mug, the perfect gift for the Tim Hortons coffee lover.
This is Priyanka, and she recently learned that she has leprosy, a disease that still strikes hundreds of thousands of people each year.
They told us that if we don't get treatment, my hands would become ugly clubs. When they told us that my daughter had leprosy, we cried.
Priyanka needs to be cured before leprosy kills the nerves in her hands, feet, and face. Before deformities appear, her nose sinks and eyes go blind. These pills are the cure, and Priyanka needs them right away. She cannot afford the care and treatment she needs. Please call and say you'll cure a child like Priyanka. Call 1-888-451-5509. Please call now. 1-888-451-5509.
Sore throat? Try new Excel lozenges for relief of throat irritation, coughing, and nasal congestion. Get fast relief with Excel, now in a cooling medicated lozenge.
Winds here are gusting up over 60 miles an hour.
Watch out!
Single Christians, good news. At ChristianMingle.com, members send more than 100,000 messages every day. Without sending one of those messages, I never would have met my beautiful wife. Joining is easy and free. Find God's match for you at ChristianMingle.com today.
Since most fevers last more than 4 hours, Children's Advil is formulated to provide up to 8 hours of relief. which means you might just get tired before they do. Children's Advil. Take action.
The international forecast is brought to you by Expedia.ca. Your trip, your way.
To help you plan for the days ahead, here are the short-term and long-term local forecasts for your region. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com. Stay tuned to Force of Nature, a look at the wildest weather from around the world.
This local forecast has been brought to you by New Tums Freshers, fast heartburn relief, and fresh breath. Force of Nature is brought to you by Scotiabank. You're richer than you think.
After lashing the Pacific island nation of Samoa, Cyclone Evan has now made its way in through the island of Fiji. Thousands of residents there have evacuated. There are widespread power outages. You can see those strong winds and some localized flooding as well. Now, for more on the international stories that are happening all around the world and making headlines, visit our website at theweathernetwork.com. One of the big weather stories for us here throughout the weekend and as we headed back to work and back to school was the freezing rain and the snow across parts of Ontario and Quebec. In and through Quebec, roads are very dangerous right now. You can find your highway forecast conditions on our website. We'll help you get from point A to point B safely. Let's head over to the province of British Columbia now. We're in and through the southern coastal regions. We actually saw some snow throughout the weekend. In Ladner, BC, the very strong winds and rain did cause some flooding. And with more on that, here's Ian Jacobs.
Thanks. We are here still in Ladner here this morning after the flood warning was issued overnight in Delta and Ladner, places like Boundary Bay, all around that local area. And as you can see behind me, the waters here up in this local marina have really rushed into this parking lot. Even over the last few minutes, they have really started to come in fast with the rising tide. Things are supposed to even get a little bit worse in terms of rising tide when we hit high tide a little bit later on in the morning. We will be here monitoring the situation all around the area. Like I said, Boundary Bay, Wyndham Island, and all around Delta and Ladner. Back to you guys in the studio. Until then.
Wind warnings have ended now in and through Victoria, but it is still gusty throughout the southern coast, and we're still seeing some Pacific moisture moving through as well. So we will continue to see that risk throughout the overnight for the southern coast to receive a little bit of a rain-snow mix. Temperatures below seasonal through Vancouver for the next few days at least. And then we've got active weather now developing on the lee side of the Rockies. Let's take you to Saskatoon, where we will be seeing a little bit of snow in and through the central and southern portions of the prairies over the next several days. An extremely cold weekend, but everyone embracing the winter weather being right around the corner. Hence all of the winter activities that you can do, and skating is a great one. You can bundle up and, build some body heat. We're looking at temperatures into the minus double digits across the prairie provinces throughout the next several days. As I mentioned, active weather now developing on the lee side of the Rockies, anywhere from 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. This should stay through the central and southern portions of the prairie provinces, and we still have active weather developing now across the Atlantic region. So we will get to all of that throughout the hour. But I hope you can stay with us. One of the stories we are following is NASA's twins lunar orbiting spacecrafts. They are expected to crash into the lunar surface. More details on that story just ahead.